Jeb's plane has crashed. Looks like Santa has given him a defective gift this year. Guess we now have to go to the North Pole and get our revenge and find out, right, Jeb? Alright, hello guys. Today we will be building a plane and fly to the North Pole and find out what happened into Jeff's plane. Find out from Santa. So here we are starting to build our plane. In basically this plane's design will be similar to the Su-30 and Eurofighter Typhoon, just without the front canards, just replaced with traditional horizontal stabilizer. In my opinion, I just don't really like those canards at the front. In my opinion, they're just ugly. So I'm just replacing those with regular traditional horizontal stabilizers. And as you can see, I've added those two RAM intakes, I believe. Yeah, surprisingly, playing this game for a few years, I still haven't fully memorized the names. So yeah, this plane will be powered by two Panther engines. And so, alright. Now, I believe those intakes at the front, those RAM intakes, aren't really necessary for this because, as you can see, I've added those engine pre-coolers. Now, those actually are their own intakes. They suck in about two units of air. But I just erred on the side of caution and just did it anyway. So anyway, as you can see, I'm adding the wings. Now guys, I did a bit of a blunder here. Now in planes, you're supposed to limit the control so that the wings are only allowed to control roll, horizontal stabilizer only controls pitch, and vertical stabilizer controls yaw. I kinda forgot to do that here. Here you can see later in the flight that I did check, but didn't actually did anything. To be honest, guys, it doesn't really matter that much. I only really did on the wings and limited to roll, I believe. If so, yeah, yeah. So yeah. Again, KSP being KSP, the control surfaces did not want to be put exactly where I wanted them, but that's just KSP wings being, KSP wings. So here I drained a bit of the fuel to basically center out the center of mass and the center of lift. With planes for it to be perfectly stable without SAS, as you want the center of lift to be perfectly inside of the center of mass, but not in front. You want it to be to the rear of the center of mass. Yes. Yes. So here, basically to perfectly balance it. Later on, I will tilt that for that front small delta wing in slightly without snap basically, so it's way more precise. Nice. So as you can see, you can achieve a similar effect by tilting the wings, but in my opinion that's just a little ugly. So I ended up just tilting the front small delta wing because in my opinion, it just looks a bit more natural. Oh, just that little sweep up. So yeah. So basically, after this, we will be putting on our landing gear. So for landing gear in this game, you want the two rear landing gear to be behind the center of the mass, because if they're in front of it, the plane will tilt back on the runway. I had that happen multiple times. So I kind of shot myself in the leg here by doing this design because for one, it's gonna be way harder for me to balance out the landing gear so that it's perfectly flat on the runway. One way you can check this is by lowering the plane to the floor of the spaceplane hangar, and if both wheels are touching it at the same level, that's good. But and I kind of shot myself in the foot again by using this design because the center of mass is a little weirder than I would have liked it. So I couldn't put the landing gear on the wing or near the wing. In this game, you don't want to put landing gear on the wing because if you land it too hard, it'll just snap the wing. Okay, and if you snap the wing, you don't have landing gear to try to land. And and if you don't attach the landing gear on the wing, if you snap a wing, it's perfectly fine. You can land it if you're good enough. I'm definitely not that good. Yep. So I added a few action groups here, and wow, recording software. Just moving that up, and time to fly. Hi. You probably can notice, but I actually cut that because the software I'm using is limited to 30 minutes and I decided to take a break between. So yeah, now it's time for us to fly. Engines on full throttle with afterburner. So here we are gonna fly to the Arctic and find out what happened to Jeb's plane. And maybe complain to Santa because he got Jeb a defective gift. Here we're going at 250 meters per second. This plane accelerates worryingly fast. I have broken those wings off due to G-forces. In this game, don't turn your plane at supersonic speeds. Just slow down. Because, well, if you turn too hard, G-forces go straight up to 15, your curve will start blacking out, and you lose a wing or two. That happened to me a few times during test runs. And when I was testing this aircraft, so now it's time to go to the Arctic. Funny. Oh, and also, if you enable extra launch sites on that little cove, there will actually be a launch site. Well, you can launch ships, I guess. Yes, I didn't turn it on because I was too lazy to. Actually, I think it comes default on, but I just turned it off for some reason. So yeah. So here, oh yeah, fine controls are basically if you put caps lock on, it will basically make it so the controls are a little less sensitive. They're usually meant for planes. The way you can tell that is that at the little pitch indicator at the bottom of the stage menu, those will be usually orange, those little arrows, but with fine controls on, they will be blue. So big mistake here is that I'm constantly pitching it up. So basically that will cut air off to the engines. So here what I'm doing is flying down, and you see those flames coming. That means the engine has air again. So basically when I was up in that upper atmosphere, the engines were basically just dead. They didn't have enough air. So basically the cutoff is I think around 16,000 meters, 16 kilometers. They start really just not being that effective. So you just have to dive down. Unfortunately in this game, I don't think there's a way you can perfectly nail getting your plane perfectly level so it doesn't descend or climb every time. So I just keep it at a constant pitch up, so it doesn't crash into the ground. Here I'm making a quick save because, well, as you can see, there's a bunch of mountains in front of us. So yeah, make sure you click save. I really didn't want to redo this whole mission. What am I talking about? This mission was pretty easy. To be honest, I just did this because, well, I was lazy, strapped for time. It's Christmas break. I kinda kept forgetting to record this video. So yeah. Sorry for no sound. Forgot to click in record system audio. So yep. Put my mic. So anyway, we have cleared the mountain range. We are keeping going down to basically get more speed. So yeah, this plane can go actually pretty fast. I believe around 850 meters per second. Wonder how much that is in miles per hour. Not really sure, guys. Let's use metric, not from the US. So in miles per hour, it's about 1900 miles per hour. So yeah, here I think we're pretty near the Arctic here, pretty northern, whatever, however you say that. Yeah, halfway there. Yeah, so yeah. So if you're wondering what makes that planet, what makes Kerbin, and is a little more, beautiful than the stock game is. I have a few mods enabled, one they are environmental visual enhancement, I believe Eve, and or scatterer, however you say that. And oh yeah, I have restock enabled, and I was hoping to get simple construction on, but I just don't know how to turn that mod on. I did get those two extra fuel tanks, those ore tanks that are just reused, but I couldn't get the GUI up. I tried using CCAN, that didn't work. So if you guys know anything, please let me know in the comments if they're up. So anyway, I believe we can see the tundra now. Yeah, actually no, we're still in the grasslands, I believe. But soon we'll be able to see the tundra after flying over this last mountain range. So guys, if any of you know how to unfocus the camera from Corbin and back to the craft, please let me know. I've been playing this game for like 2 years. I still don't know how to do that. That it just, from what I know, no, I just restart the game. Go back to the space center, switch back to the craft. But obviously I can't do that here. Again, make one more click save as well. We're nearing those mountains and pretty close to landing. We're gonna be, as soon as we fly over the northern ice sheets, we're gonna start landing. I don't want to risk flying this plane all the way up to the Arctic because, as you can see, we don't have that much fuel. So at takeoff, we had half our fuel because I drained it to balance out the center of mass and center of lift, as I said earlier. And I don't want to push my luck. And also, well, I don't want to deal with the dark for filming this, so here we are. So as you can see, descending pretty. We're at about 9,000 meters and climbing. We're actually climbing pretty fast here. So here we are. Or we are at the flying over the highlands. As you can see from the Kerbal Engine Redux readout there. So we're almost there. So prepare for landing, I guess. Here so one of the ways I try to conserve fuel is by turning the afterburner off. I could have kept it on, make this way faster, but I decided to be cautious and just kept it off. So, we are at the speed of Mach 1.5, around that 1.6. So, yep, we're gonna be flying over that little ocean for a bit and just start landing. And one thing I didn't know about this game before this is that the terrain is actually mapped up in like little blocks for the Arctic, for because nobody goes there that often. So the game dev just thought, well, nobody's gonna be flying over there. Yeah, that's so low, so we might just skimp out a bit. So yeah, this actually the second time I'm doing this mission. First time I forgot to record it. Whoops. So the first time I went from the desert airfield, didn't know what I was doing since, well, the KSP would have been way closer. So yeah, there we can see the tundra. Now shortly I will be, actually here we are slowing down. Soon I'm gonna be deploying the air brakes and start landing. I believe just beyond that little cove there we will be landing. Yep, so we are just gonna be descending. So if you want to know how to land, don't ask me. Honestly, I can't even land at the runway at the KSP most of the time. I just land on the big flat area next to it because that's way easier to aim for. So yeah, on final approach. So basically the basic of how to land is slow down, don't go down too fast. Just keep it at a shallow descent, and just deploy slow down, deploy your air brakes. If you have them, so pretty low without gear. So here we go, gear down, air brakes deployed. Right, and we're done. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The ice is made out of blocks here. You're like, yeah, probably just being nitpicky. I'll make another quick save. Oh, and a few other mods I'm using is Office Kerbal Engineer Redux and the Trajectories mod not to show that little bullseye to just predict where we're gonna be landing. And speaking of landing, here we are. Deployed those parachutes, and the brakes, and Jebediah Kerman can find Santa. But wait, where is he? He's not here. Here. Looks like Jeb will have to perform an EVA. Look around. So I kind of forgot to put a ladder. So yeah, Jeb will probably have to jump off or just shimmy all the way down that wing. Probably not the smartest decision of my life. I've probably making this video in a rush. So to be honest, I'm making this commentary at 8 now. So yep, here we go. Jeb will plant the flag, but where is Santa? It's just plains for miles out here. Guess that will be continued next year. Next year at exactly Christmas time. So if all goes well, I'm hopefully gonna publish this tomorrow at Christmas. Or maybe today actually. Seeing I already have the video edited. I just need to add this commentary. So here we go. Writing that there, you can probably see after this the date I actually did this mission. I kind of procrastinated on editing this and making this whole commentary. So there we go. 22nd of December, or 2 days ago. Probably should have made it by then. And on 7 p.m. I actually built the plane at 3 p.m. just can be bothered to fly it then and so yeah, here we go. Plane in has touched down. If you're wondering about that flag over there, the custom flag, I I was planning to make a series probably after this. Stay tuned. Basically, starting a whole Kerbal Empire in the galaxy or solar system. Kerbal system, I don't know. Is Kerbal even official? I know it's like a fan name, and in KSP 2 it's called Kerbal, but in the original game it's just called the Sun. Sun. And so here we go. Again, not my brother's decision to not put a ladder on it. Since now Jeb is stuck, so we'll just have to recover him and the plane separately. So anyway, here we go. Thank you for watching this. And have a Merry Christmas. Yes, again, to be continued next year. Stay tuned. Subscribe. Since this is practically the first video of the channel. No, perfectly had a channel before this, but YouTube decided to smite that out of existence. Because apparently I was underage then. Oh well. So again, goodbye. Have a Merry Christmas. Us. See you next year to continue this story line. Goodbye.